In this video today, we'll look at 3 ways we behave that rob us of our loving relationships with ourselves and with others. And we'll remember together how to keep ourselves connected with the people we love by changing the ways we behave. Hello, I'm Marvin Glenn, the Singing Sage. Just in case you're here with me for the very first time today, please hear this before we begin. All of my songs and videos are happily based on this one truth. None of us on earth are exclusively human. We all are non-physical or spiritual infinite creators, just using these human bodies to create and enjoy our experiences and adventures on earth. Thank you. Later, I will refer you to more of my videos if you'd like to explore and remember more about the concepts I'll be sharing today, or more about the grand story of humanity we've never been told. Let's start today with a true experience I had a long time ago. I was sitting in quiet contemplation in my backyard, and my intention was to connect deeply with life. I had been sitting there for a few minutes when suddenly, without any expectation, an overwhelming, warm, and powerful energy flooded my entire being. It was something I had never experienced before. It left me in awe and wonder, and of course, wondering what had just happened. After a few days, I came to an inner understanding, or an understanding of the experience. What came to me was I had for the first time experienced a tiny bit of the intensity, strength, and power of love. It was so powerful that no one anywhere in any dimension or any universe would even begin to think of opposing it. It was that huge and vast. So what is this love? It's unity. It's the togetherness of everything that is alive. And even everything we may not even think is alive, like a rock, believe it or not. To show us scientifically how this is possible, as you know, atoms are the base of all physicality. Atoms are made of even smaller particles, and they're all energy. What is this energy? That's a big question, but the answer is simple. This energy is love. Love is the glue of creation. It is the energy that holds the entire universe together while it's constantly expanding. This great big universe is love. Love is not wimpy, it's the force. And guess what? We are that force. And because we are all made of the same energy, we are all one. We are love in the flesh. So love, real love, is so much more than a warm, cushy feeling. Let's explore the first robber of love. The reason why we so often say love is so painful is that we do or say or think something that separates us from whoever it is we're loving. The pain we feel around love as humans is because something is dividing us. There are at least 3 ways we get divided and lose our unity, and here they are. First, we judge someone as being unacceptable or inferior or bad or wrong or mean. Well, you get the picture. We judge them. When we judge someone, we automatically divide ourselves from them. I realize this is something most of us have done all of our lives. I know it's not going to be easy to stop it, to stop judging. But here's the key to ending this habit. We stop judging ourselves. That's so easy to say, Marvin, but how do I do that? Growing up, at one time or another, most of us have been told we are stupid, bad, not good enough, we'll never amount to anything, and so on and so on. In other words, we were judged over and over again. How could we have ever escaped or avoided our crushing feelings of victimhood or depression or anger or resentment? How could anyone come out of that kind of childhood undamaged and feeling good about themselves? However, if we're ready now to graduate out of that old program and conditioning, My first recommendation for both of us is to accept and embrace the real truth about us. We are eternal and infinite creator beings. Our soul wants us here on the earth so we can experience all of this crippling, man-made crap, so we can grow our strength and wisdom and become even more than we already are. When we can fully embrace that big truth about ourselves, we will start moving away from judging ourselves and others. When we get there, all it takes is our intention to change. It all starts with our intention. What do we intend for our life? We start slowly and catch ourselves falling back into the old patterns, and what do? The key is to refuse to judge ourselves like we've always done. We just need to start practicing loving ourselves for even trying to change. So few people do even that. When we intend, then intend, then intend over and over again, our magical transformation happens. We've got to focus on our intention. Make it live in us every moment. We can only intend over and over again like this because another part of us is waking up, I'm glad to say. We are using something most of us were probably never taught to use: our will. Here's a well-hidden secret. Our will is our powerhouse. Our will can take us anywhere we want to go. Our will comes from the deepest and most powerful part of us, our soul. We and our souls are one. Always remember that. Always. Here's the second crippler that robs us of our intimate, loving relationship with ourselves and with others. It's our belief that we are victims. Let me tell you my true personal story. Along my path, the day came when I was attending a retreat where all of us attendees were prepared for a week with specific, intense psychological techniques to be raw and brutally honest with ourselves so we could finally face and express our deep hidden emotions. After 1 week of intense preparation together, the day arrived when the moment of expression and release was finally before us. I woke up that morning with an actual burning in my solar plexus right here, and a strong desire to let nothing in me stand in the way of letting whatever happens, happen. I was ready to let it all hang out. I was determined to face my pain and express it. I walked to the spot in the room where volunteers and pillows had been prepared for our release session. I got down on my knees, facing a man holding a big, firm pillow, and I began slowly pounding it. As I pounded, I felt something in me, something that was alive, rising up from my gut. As my pounding became more urgent, my breathing became more rapid, and I began to moan. The sound was a living ache from deep inside. Second by second, with my eyes closed, everything became more intense and my voice became louder and louder. I felt the burning rise into my chest and then into my throat. I lost control and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, pounding and cursing and crying. At the climax of this moment, when it seemed I was absolutely out of control, the facilitator stepped up to me, put his face 6 inches from me, and simply said, "Now change it." Without waiting or trying to figure anything out, I immediately went from my greatest anger and anguish to silence and deep peace. Just like that. My anger, hatred, resentment, and screaming vanished, never to return. From that magnificent moment on, I'm glad to say I've been free of my biggest lie, that I am a victim. That I am a victim because things beyond my control happened to me that made me the way I am. They made me angry, depressed, and hateful. They made me into someone I couldn't stand. They made me antisocial and judgmental toward people. In short, I was victimized by life. All that disappeared in that magic moment. I have never again blamed anyone else for my actions and for how I feel. In that moment, I took back my power, and since then, I've never given it away again. Now I know in my bones I am the only one who can make me be or behave a certain way. I am the only one who can make me happy. No one else can make me do or be anything I don't want to be or do. Now I accept full responsibility for my life. Do you sense how powerful I am? Well, I'm not alone in my power, you know. You are here with me, and you are just as powerful as I am. If you want to feel this power in you, simply know this. Life isn't happening to us. Life is happening for us. Life is serving us so we can serve our souls. They want to grow, and we are making it happen by the ways we handle all that life brings our way. We are our souls, and our souls are us. We are one. At the end of this video, I will refer you to another of my videos that will help you along your path to freedom from the crippling beliefs that you may have about life. Let's move along now into the third robber who steals us away from loving ourselves and from loving others. That robber is our inner child. So many of us are scared of ourselves. We're scared to look at what's inside of us. We are afraid of our hidden emotions that have been buried and ignored since our childhoods, and believe it or not, even from some of our past lifetimes. We think we can't handle what we find in us. We think that we might lose control of ourselves and get so wild and destructive while expressing our deep emotions that we might hurt someone or ourselves. What would people think if I was that authentic in their presence? Actually, that's all just a big cop-out. It's just another excuse to keep it all locked up inside. In the deepest part of each of us is someone living a very lonely life. They have the strongest desires for love and safety and for a big warm hug. You have created someone in you, and I have created someone in me. You want to know how we created them? Once upon a time, there was a carefree, happy child playing gleefully with his little brother, aware only of the fun they were having in their big game of Let's Pretend. You know, making lots of noise and bouncing on the bed and stuff like that. They were having such a great time that they didn't hear the heavy footsteps of a boogeyman outside their door. Surprise! The door flung open, and in stepped the giant with a dark frown on his face. Around the giant's waist was a shiny black belt. From that moment on, the black belt suddenly became a weapon of discipline and torture, and the giant angrily put it to task of whipping the boys. For what, they didn't know, but what they did know was the anger of the giant and the slap of the belt on their skin. In an instant, something very strange, like a dragon, came to life in the oldest boy, and it rose up roaring with fear and anger and outrage. Emotions he had never felt before. Emotions he had no idea how to handle or express. All he knew was that what he felt scared him, and what he felt toward his father was confusion, anger, abandonment, distrust, and sadness all at one time. The boy at the age of 7 could think of only one way to handle these strange new energies raging through his body. He grabbed all of them and forced them into a deep, dark place inside of his gut and locked the door. For him, experiencing his dark emotions for the first time was like jumping from a cliff into a deep, cold, wild river that took his breath away. Everything was so new and overwhelming, just like a rocky river where swimming was no fun at all. As young children, we don't know how to relate to those dark, cold waters of our emotions. to the foreign feelings of anger, outrage, fear, abandonment, hatred, and so on. So, as our feelings slowly subside, in that moment, we simply silently find a big dark cave near the river, walk in with our feelings, and dump them there. We don't know it then, but those feelings we can't handle are alive. And of course, today they still are, because energy never dies, it just changes form. There were many other experiences after that first time, and they also brought those same feelings with them that are also forced to stay locked down in our cave. We soon forget the dragons in our cave, but they are still alive, and one day they get together and decided to form themselves into a small child. They don't know how to get out of the cage, but they never lose their voice, their fire, and the will to escape. So there they stay and live in their loneliness and fears and desires for love and for freedom. Dragons, always scare a child, but they lose their power as we mature. We never have to be afraid of our inner child, After all, we created them, and all they want is to be seen and heard, to feel safe, and of course, they want love, our love. Here's another of life's amazing paradoxes. We adults can feel completely separate from our inner child, and we can never escape the fact that we are forever completely one with them. The value in this paradox is we can be like Siamese twins. One part of us can look at them objectively and pull them to us for a hug, while the other part simultaneously manages their emotional energies using our emotional maturity and intelligence. That objectivity empowers us to integrate our child back into us so we can finally become people of integrity. Because I know these things, when my little child starts acting out his frustrations and emotions, I actually consciously pull him to me and assure him that I'm listening, that he's safe, and that I will never leave him. It feels so good when he responds to my love just like any hurting child would. Our relationship now has been so warm for so long that he very seldom disturbs me. He is finally a happy and peaceful child, and as you can imagine, that's wonderful for me. Remember, when we finally drop our bucket into the deep, cold well, we can finally quench our thirst for love within ourselves, our complete selves. So, why is it so important that we love our inner child? It's because trying to live successfully when we're only half a person simply doesn't work. We can't be authentic. We can't truly love someone else because we don't completely love ourselves. We are actually judging a part of us as being unworthy of our love and inclusion in our lives. And what automatically follows, because it comes from our subconscious, is that we unintentionally judge other people as being unworthy of our best attention and connection. Excluding our complete integrated self is what ruins most people's relationships. I think we're both getting it now, don't you? Thank you for listening to the story of our inner children. They are our dark secret we've been hiding from for a long, long time. But just because something is a dark secret doesn't mean it's a bad or harmful secret. Some secrets, as I think you can see by now, can be wonderful to experience and remember. When you're ready to delve more deeply into your relationship with your inner child, you can go to this video here for more remembrances and encouragement. There's also a link in the description directly to one of my songs that will give you a hint about how powerful you are when you love your inner child. It's called The Shadow. If you want to remember some of the grander secrets and reasons for our matrix, you can take in this video here. The subject of love has been so inspiring for me that I created a whole album of love songs, and I have put a link to the album in the description below. You can go there and enjoy as many of them as you like, or even buy the album to listen to it over and over again. Thank you for visiting me today. I hope you empower yourself to stay loving no matter what happens around you or inside of you. Your comments are always welcome. You can let me know what progress you're making on your own journey if you want. Today's song is entitled Love is All There Is.
In our first breath when we each arrive, in happy thoughts as we survive, in words of truth spoken from the heart, in every rainbow's glorious heart, in sunrise light through a misty haze, in summer's easy, lazy days, in the sweet voice singing tooraloo, and in this song from me to you, love is all there is, love is all there is, in the universal tapestry grand, in the beautiful contrast between hers and his. Love is all there is. In every wave of the ocean's grand, in every baby's tiny hand, in every flame of a roaring fire, even in burning passion's desire, shining in light from a distant star, in our dear loved ones near and far, in every tear on your pillow blue, and in compassion kind and true, love is all